Okay, I think I'm ready. Okay. On January 17th, 1971, William Henry Furman was on trial for breaking into someone's home and robbing them. On his way out, he was spooked by the homeowner, causing him to trip, fall, and drop his gun, which caused the gun to go off, resulting in the death of the homeowner. This situation is very unlikely to occur.
Oh, diddly darn! There's someone in my house! Oh my god! What are we doing? Stop, you thief! Oh, I've been shot!
Members of the homeowner's family contacted the police soon after.
911, what's your emergency? Well, calm down. You're talking way too fast. You gotta let me hear something. You're getting robbed? And you heard a gunshot? Alright, we're on our way. You're under arrest! Oh my god!
After this felonious crime, Furman was arrested and taken to jail to await his sentencing.
This trial is now in session. The jury has adjourned. They have reached the conclusion that the defendant, Furman, is guilty of armed robbery and murder. You are hereby sentenced to death. Okay, this trial is now in session. Would the prosecution like to speak?
Thank you, Your Honor. Furman broke into the Mick household with intent to rob the homeowner. The armed robbery resulted in the death of Mr. Mick. Thus, the death sentence penalty should still stand.
This is ridiculous.
Would the defense like to speak?
Yes. The sentencing violates my 14th Amendment rights. The 14th Amendment guarantees the right to pursue life, liberty, and happiness to all citizens. The death sentence prohibits me from pursuing life, and it's also a cruel and unusual punishment, violating the 8th Amendment. Thus, the ruling is unconstitutional.
By Jove, you're right! The death penalty is now unconstitutional because it violates the 14th Amendment and the 8th Amendment. The justices will now confer. We have decided that the jury sentencing may have been racially biased. We are ruling that the racially biased death sentences are unconstitutional.
Okay.
The court ruled that Furman was guilty and sentenced him to death. Furman disagreed. He thought this was ridiculous. He then appealed to the Supreme Court of Georgia, claiming that the ruling violated his 8th Amendment rights, protecting him from cruel and unusual punishment, and his 14th Amendment rights, protecting his ability to pursue life, liberty, and happiness.
The Supreme Court overturned the death penalty sentencing in a 5-4 majority because some of the justices believed that the jury's decision was racially motivated. It ruled that the states had to give juries guidance to prevent random or racially biased decisions. After the Furman ruling, many states changed the way death penalty trials were conducted to give juries guidance. The new laws created a 2-phase system. Phase 1 was deciding whether or not the defendant was guilty, and in Phase 1 was deciding whether or not the defendant was guilty, and in Phase 2, the jury was given more evidence helping them to decide whether the defendant is deserving of the death penalty or not. Greg v. Georgia, another court case in 1976, ruled that this did not violate the 8th Amendment, thus making it constitutional.
The significance of Furman vs. Georgia was that it ruled that death penalties are constitutional unless racially motivated or randomly given. States also had to make new laws to prevent racial bias in death penalty cases.